Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret HQ. You can see the weather has changed. It's raining here and autumn has sprung. Luckily it's not windy today, so that's given me the opportunity to just do this intro and hope you enjoy today's video. If you do enjoy today's video, please subscribe, like, share and place a comment down below. I'll see you in a second. Today I'm going to be attempting for the very first time pointed layered cold process soap. So I'm going to use 5 different colours. I want a slow moving fragrance. I need 5 2-litre containers and I need 5 spoons because I'm going to have a different colour in each container. I've got these 125ml pots that I'm going to mix my colours in, because most of the colours I'm using today are pigments, and then I've got the lids for them. The reason I've got lids for them is because you can actually keep the colour once you've mixed it. You can just keep it in a pot like this. So I've already got a pink mixed up here. The slow moving fragrance I'm using is Low Spell from Grace Root. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a very, very slow mover, so I know I'll have no issues. I shouldn't say that because I'll probably have issues. Now I've said I'm not going to have any issues. The colours I'm using today is Pure Purple 40D from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. Candy Pink Mica Pigment. As you can see, it's a very, very pale pink, so it's probably not going to show up very well. That's from the Soap Kitchen. Dark Cerise Pigment, also from the Soap Kitchen. I'm using Neptune Blue Mica Pigment, also from the Soap Kitchen. And I'm using that beautiful violet blue, well, blue violet that I used to get from TKB Trading. I don't think they do it anymore, which is an absolute shame because it's a beautiful, beautiful shade of blue. And we're going to start off just by adding some olive oil into each container to the darkest. That's what the candy pink looks like. It's not sure at all. I don't think I've actually used this in soap, so I'm not sure what it's going to be like actually. So that's like sorry, this is a tablespoon. If I said teaspoonful, my apologies. It's 2 tablespoons. This measure is a half a tablespoon, not half a teaspoon. This is that lovely Neptune blue. So we'll pop in a tablespoonful of that in there. Probably go with the purple next because the dark cerise is pretty dark. I'm not sure I'm even going to get a tablespoon out of here. No, we're okay. I'm not putting 3 in, I'm just putting 2. So when it's a pigment, you usually have to blend the colour in some oil first, just so you don't get those speckles. You can blend them out with your blender, your hand blender and your soap, but it is a lot easier to do it this way, and it's something I've only started doing recently. So I just like to mix the powders in a little bit first and then turn it on. It's spun most of it off. And then also you know that you got the right speed on it. So they are our 5 colours there. You can always label them if you know, just so you know which ones are which. Just make sure the lids go on them so that they don't spill and make a mess, because colour is a nightmare to clean up. Actually comes off pretty easy. Okay, so we're just blending the oils and the lye together. As you could see, I'd already blended them. So we're going to add some fragrance in there now. I'm adding it straight in to the full batch. For the fragrances, just check the usage level in your country, however much you're allowed to add to your soap or cosmetics. Here it's about 3%, but some fragrances can be less than that. Overseas I know you can add 5%. I've just decided to add some fluorescent pink in just to give it a little bit of a pop. So I'm just going to try a litre in each container. At least we'll end up with quite a few colours in one batch. I should have put about 800 in because that batch is only around about 5 kilos anyway. So what we've ended up with, I've put a litre in here because I'm going to do that beautiful blue violet in this one. So the bottom layer is the thickest out of them all. And then the other containers, I've got 850 grams, 850 mils in each jug. So we're going to start off with this beautiful violet blue. It doesn't look the best colour in the world there, but once it's saponified, it's absolutely stunning. I think I'm actually just going to put it all in there. And then this one was the Neptune blue. That's the magic violet. No, it was pure purple, wasn't it? Yeah, pure purple. This is the candy pink. Really pretty pink, that. Just hope it stays like that after saponification. For the dark cerise going in. And then I just had to do it. Some hot pink. What I'm doing here, this is a previous batch I made. Previous batch of colour. And the colour kind of settles to the bottom a bit, so I'm just giving that. Oh, I've put far too much in there. Because you don't need much of that one. Yeah, I didn't want it hot like that, but it's tough, it is now, so nothing I can do about it. Right, that can go in the sink, that can go in the sink. And then scraping this lighter coloured batter away. You scrape it away from the lip as well, because when you're pouring, your colour will pick up that batter that hasn't any colour in it. And just in case I haven't said this for a long time, scrape all the way around your jug, around the edges, across the bottom, and that just scrapes any unmixed batter away from the sides. and it mixes it in with the colour you've got. Otherwise you can end up with you know, it's a pretty design. We call it glycerin rivers, but there are other ways to get glycerin rivers, but this is one of them. It's just making sure all that uncoloured batter is mixed in. Wow, I thought I had more than 6 of the large spoons, but it's probably in the sink. And I'm going to go in with this colour first, and remember that this is going to make 2 loaves of soap. So we need half of it in the bottom of one loaf and half of it in the other. Okay, so this will just go in flat on the bottom. So apparently the knack is to start moving the jug before you start pouring those pointy layers. So just a nice slim drizzle. I guess actually what I could do, no, I'm thinking, do I go in with this whole colour in one go? Yeah, I think I should, because I don't want it to, I don't want to do it. I think it would just look like a drop swirl if I did it the other way, wouldn't it? Oh, I've got something in the way there, hook. I'm just going to keep my eye on the side, the end of the loaf inside, so we can see where the height is getting to. So the batter has thickened up a bit, but it's not too much that it's going to ruin anything. I'm excited to see what this looks like. Now apparently, I don't know who created this design, but I know Tree Marie Soapworks perfected the design. I'd love to give credit to whoever created it. I mean, I have been doing this for a long time, but I haven't, you know, in the early days of my videos you'll see I did used to do a thin drizzle of soap all the way down my soap loaf, but I certainly wasn't trying to create a sculpted layer. I have a feeling this design was probably something someone just did by accident, and when it came out it was like, oh wow, how did I do that? Yeah, that's what I did. I think you maybe need to hold your jug up quite high as well. I'm thinking it's just going to be a drop swirl, but hopefully not. It's getting a little bit thick. Too thick, I'm thinking. Cross your fingers. So you're always keeping everything moving. I mean, there are some lumps that are going to drop in there, but I think the next layer up might take care of that. No, it's no good. It's just far too thick. That will not sit on top. So that cerise pigment obviously speeds up trace, so I'm not going to risk that. I'm just going to put that in a silicone mold, and it'll do either as some soap dough, or I can chop it up for samples. But the way this soap is now, it's not high enough, and I want it higher so it gives you the proper. But then if I mix some more up, yeah, but it can still have like a flat layer on the top, can't it? Because we've got some seepage. I could always let that set and then pour some on top or pipe something on top. But I think it'd be a real bad idea to put that layer on there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to pop it into a food bag. Squeeze all the air out of it and then zip lock it up at the top. Okay, so we're just going to mix up that last layer again. So I'm going to go in with a kilo and hope that's enough to fill that both of the molds up. Straight in with that colour again, just the same amount I've mixed in there. Enough fragrance for a kilo. yeah, I thought I might put some topping on it. I'm thinking white, but I don't know. So we've probably got a lip of at least 1 centimetre all the way around the top there. And you can see it's set up now on the base. Still got about 300 mils in there. So what I'll do is I'll scrape that on the top and just do some sort of textured technique on the top. But now I need to wait for this to thicken up before I actually put it on there. Okay, so I've just added that little bit of batter that I had left. I'm not going to put a white top or anything on it. And I'm just spreading it out because I want to do the fork technique. I absolutely love the fork technique. I think it looks really, really cool. On the top of soap. So just being really careful with spreading this out, what we've got left on here. What's really crazy is the soap batter that I left in the jug, as you can see, it hasn't set yet. But the soap batter that I poured into the mould in this same colour, that has set. So it just shows you when something's in an enclosed container, the smaller that shape is, the faster your soap is going to thicken. So it doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to run the fork over it in a minute. I think it's just about ready. So just pull the fork across. super cool design. Okay, let's see what we've got, shall we? This is what the soap looks like on the side, and I really like the colours. This is what it looks like on the end. So I think we might have what we're hoping for. Let's find out, shall we? Fingers crossed, everyone. Ooh! Could have been better on the top here, but this has turned out absolutely fantastic. I guess with the top, I don't know what else you could do anyway. Yeah, it would have been better, but it's still marvellous, isn't it? Very happy with that. And that dark cerise is it's quite a decent red actually as well, isn't it? Not as vibrant as the pigment I use, but that is beautiful. Really, really pretty. And those two blues on the bottom, the swirl is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Different to the other pointy layers I've seen online. But that's a good thing, isn't it? Okay, so I'm actually very, very pleased with it. What did I learn? Well, definitely use slow moving colours as well as slow moving fragrances, because that top would have been much better if we'd had some pointy layers there. But I still think that all the batter needs mixing with all the fragrance first, because the soap that you're pouring on the top needs to pour onto a loose layer that's below. And so that's the only way the pointy layers are actually going to work. So once it's getting any thicker, which you can see with these layers up here, the batter got thicker. These were okay at the bottom, but the pink, hot pink, got a bit thicker. The paler pink got a bit thicker, and we saw how thick that one got. But anyway, I don't care because it looks really, really good. I love the fork technique on the top. I hope you love it too. So thanks to whoever created this design. I enjoyed making it. So we can use that in a future project. Right, everyone, thanks so much for watching as usual. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Any questions, write them in the comments below. And if you're interested in purchasing this soap, you can get it from edenssecret.co. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye for now, everyone.